educators. For today's Tech Tip Tuesday, we're going to look at how to differentiate escape rooms. So last week we looked at how to create escape rooms using Google Forms. So if you have not seen that video already, I would recommend going and taking a look. And today we're going to look at how you can differentiate them so that you can meet the needs of all of your learners. So once you have the typical escape room created, what I always do is I click on More and I click Make a Copy. So that way you don't have to create two or three separate escape rooms from scratch. You can use the one that you created as a template to make to create your differentiation. So one way that I like to differentiate is by changing the questions themselves. So here I have an escape room on inequalities. I have green, which is advanced, yellow, which is just on grade level, and red for some struggling learners. So I will use this example, task 4, to show you how I kind of change those questions. So this one says, a sign on the road said speed limit 60 miles per hour. Let S be the speed of the car. Write an inequality that matches the information on the sign. Another sign on the road says the minimum speed limit is 45 miles an hour. Write an inequality that matches this information. So our answer here has two pieces to it. So they have to show that the speed needs to be in between 45 and 60. Here, so my yellow, we have just one part of the question. A sign on the road says speed limit 60 miles per hour. Let S be the speed of the car. Write an inequality that matches the information. So here they just need to show that the speed limit is the speed has to be less than 60. And the one challenge with inequality specifically in Google Forms is you can only do less than or greater than. You can't do or equal to. And then for my red, we have let the sign, or a sign on the road says speed limit 60 miles per hour. Let S be the speed of the car. Write an inequality that matches this information. So this is the same question as the yellow. However, you can see I also included an example response to help students structure their answer. So yes, it's the same level question, but here I know it can be tricky sometimes when there's you could write this as 60 is greater than S instead of S is less than 60. So giving them the example kind of takes the frustration of having to try multiple correct answers to see which one is correct. Because I noticed that was a really big frustration that I saw in a lot of my struggling learners. So you can modify the questions themselves by making them simpler. You can completely eliminate questions that might be too challenging here, or you can add in questions that are an extension for higher levels as well. The other way that I like to differentiate, and you did see here in task 3 on the red inequalities, is I had that description. So that is something that you have to turn on. So here is an example question. And if you want to add a description to it, you click on those 3 dots and then click description. And this line will pop up where you can add helpful information. You can see I have another one with another example using area and surface area. So you can see I have the same 3 questions here. This question is for my lower learners, and so I have a lot of helpful information. They have to find the area of the triangle, and I have, remember that the base is from the bottom left corner to the bottom right corner of the triangle, because that's something that my students struggled with. For my mid-level, remember to use the area formula of the triangle. And, you know, even if I were making this today, I would probably add the formula in here for my lower learners. And then for my high learners, I don't have any description. I don't have any information to help them, kind of leave them on their own to use those problem-solving skills. Another option for the descriptions is you can even include links to YouTube videos or videos that you create to help students through the problems. So 2 main ways I like to differentiate: changing the levels of the questions and adding descriptions to the questions to really help scaffold and give support so that all students can be successful.